Tonight on Moorish World TV, we got our brother, the God.
I'm the people's grand.
That's right. From Brand Nubian,
The people's grand.
the God, Lord JAMAR. He's coming to talk about possibly the possibility that he may have had an agent on his podcast. We're talking about no other Grandmaster Jay. And he's going to answer some serious questions tonight. You know, I always had the brother as a stand-up brother. I always had the brother as a God, you know, for the nations of gods and earth. And, hey, let's see what we're going to talk about. I want you to know that parental advisory is advised because we want our brother to be himself. We want our brother to give us the uncut raw, and we do not want to silence our brother from telling us the truth as he has experienced it. We will never silence our brothers, our sisters here on Moorish World TV. And so, family, parental advisory advised. Let's get in. Let's dig in. This is going to be a heavy one, fam. This is going to be a heavy one. So, Islam to the Moors. Yeah. Peace to the gods and earths. Assalamu alaikum and shalom to my Hebrew Israelites. Peace and love, family.
Check 1 2 1 2. Here we go. You are now listening to the greatest, Taharkabey. This is Moorish World TV. Oh, you say you want the truth? Well, I'm gonna give you the truth. I'm gonna give you the truth today. Let's go.
First of all, how do you view Grandmaster Jay as it relates to him saying that he's a pioneer of hip hop? Because I know hip hop. You know what I mean?
And I know hip hop as well.
You know hip hop better than me. I'm from Baltimore. You from the birth of it. So, bro, you know, I don't know if you see my show. I be getting pumped up. So, how do you feel about him putting himself in? He wasn't there. I know he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, you took a picture with Busy B. Okay, so what? I took a picture with AZ. What that mean? And
Right.
so how do you feel about him? Do you, matter of fact, let me not even lead the question on. Is he, according to what you know, a fixture in hip hop in the 80s? Was he?
Well, first of all, I didn't know that was a claim that he was making. Now, real quick side note, speaking of Busy B, I was in the studio when he made Suicide. I was there, okay? I was a young teenager just sitting, waiting for my turn, and I was there when Busy B made a Suicide, okay? So anyway, and I don't remember seeing Grandmaster Jay there. Matter of fact, I can pretty much tell you he wasn't there. I've never seen this man in my life, bro. Like, I've never seen this man in hip hop. I didn't know he was claiming to be some foundational member of hip hop. The real scandal where I know him from is when they had this fake air DJ thing going on.
Ah, man, that was the worst.
He was supposed to be, I guess, the spokesperson for. And during the demonstration of that thing, I guess that's not even real, that turned out to be some scam or something, the DJ routine that they used as an example was actually a plagiarized DJ routine. It was a known routine from like DJ Jazzy Jeff or something like that.
Absolutely.
So apparently this guy, you know, the whole it just reeks of some foul, ingenuous, and you start to see a lot of ingenuous dealings when it comes to this guy right here.
but let me say this, and the weird thing about it is, what put me on the radar, right? Let me tell you something. I'm in the struggle for our people, right? Real talk. Like I'm a different type of brother. You know, people like take it for a personality on YouTube or Facebook or whatever the case may be. But people on the streets, on the ground, they know how I get down. They know I'm in this struggle, and I know everybody in the struggle. I don't know you. Like, you ain't coming in the dice game in the hood. I don't know you. So my thing is, a question to you, brother, is there any way possible that we may have missed him in the circles of hip hop in the 80s, as he claimed? Because he claims that he created the mixtapes. Now, you know, you didn't hear that claim?
Now, Cypher.
He claimed he created the mixtape. He claimed he won a DJ spinoff.
Right. EMC or some shit.
He claims that. He claims he produced a guy from this area, DJ Cool, which I know is not true. I know him personally too. I know that's
cool as well.
Yeah, I know that's not true. But all of these claims, and he claims he won 8 Grammys. Now, we know that's false off the top. Now, I got that from his own mouth on a video. So, is there any way possible that we could have missed something, and maybe it's some credibility to at least he did something in hip hop? I don't see nothing.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, it's credibility that made me even consider bringing him on the show.
Right.
Cause I'm gonna tell you, I'm somebody, you know, I deal with energy. I said, yo, where the fuck they get this fucker from?
100.
Yo, I said, he looks like he's straight out of the casting fucking call for a revolutionary in Hollywood.
Exactly. And guess what?
This is what I said. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And the same way, because, you know, if you run in circles, I know a lot of fucking conscious people too. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially up in these areas, the Harlem and Brooklyn and all. Like, you start to see the same people over the years. You understand what I'm saying? If they really bout it. If they really been there, you gonna been had seen these motherfuckers. So again, I'm thinking like you. Where's Duke coming from? Right? So I say that. I say this to a few people. I say, yo, you see this guy trying to get us killed with this fucking, with these guns and all this type of shit?
Come on, man.
Now, here's where I got confused. My homegirl and partner on my show,
Oh, yeah.
Rod Digger, I said the same shit to her. I said, yo, where this coming from? This nigga look like he's straight out of Hollywood casting for a revolutionary. She said, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And the same way, because, you know, if you run in circles, I know a lot of fucking conscious people too. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially up in these areas, the Harlem and Brooklyn and all. Like, you start to see the same people over the years. You understand what I'm saying? If they really bout it. If they really been there, you gonna been had seen these motherfuckers. So again, I'm thinking like you. Where's Duke coming from? Right? So I say that. I say this to a few people. I say, yo, you see this guy trying to fucking get us killed? Fucking with this fucking, with these guns and all this type of shit?
Come on, man.
Now, here's where I got confused. My homegirl and partner on my show,
Oh, yeah.
Rod Digger, I said the same shit to her. I said, yo, where this motherfucker coming from? This nigga look like he's straight out of Hollywood casting for a revolutionary. She said, nah, I've known homeboy for years. And he had, hang on, she said, let me just tell you. She said, and he has been about that life. She said, I do know him for, he was in the military or some shit like that. She said there was that scandal about the
Beams. It's called Beams.
but the DJ shit.
Yeah, Beams. Some fake Beams things. Yeah.
Right. So she said she was talking about the scandal about that. She said, but where she really knows him from, right, is he used to throw old school hip hop parties, okay, where he would hire old school rappers, you know what I mean, who maybe wasn't doing too many shows or nothing at the time, and he would throw shows and pay them. And Rod Digger said he would always call her and get her on the bill. She said even if it didn't even really make sense, he'd be like, listen, I got $2,000, you know what I mean? Come on down and get on the joint. And so she said she's known him for years in that kind of capacity. Okay. So that's how she knows him, through hip hop. And she did say she did kind of know him to like be running up on causes and stuff like that. Now, she didn't say about the gun. Later on, when I talked to her later, after we got other information, after bringing him on the show, because it's crazy. We put him on the show, and then literally the day after that, mad information, negative information starts coming flooding in about him. And I'm like, God damn, see, I knew it. Like I was like, I knew I shouldn't have. Oh man, like I see they sending me the shit where he pulling off his shirt, talking about all lives matter and all this crazy shit, and you know, and now I'm looking and I'm reflecting, and I'm like, first of all, this nigga danced about his history on the show. He didn't want to answer about his history. You can ask me about my history right now. I have no problem telling you where I'm from or anything like that, like any kind of, you know what I mean, where I get my studies from and all, you know, how I've gotten here now. Like he tried to say, oh, you know, Malcolm X had a history, you know, as Malcolm Little. That didn't matter. It's where he's at now. And well, we do actually know a lot about Malcolm Little. Yeah. You know what I mean? We do know it. That's right. And the reason why is to show the dichotomy of from where he came from as to where he ended up at. So anyway, that was very shady to like dip and dodge the fucking, you know, your shit about your history and, you know, your military history and just where the fuck are you coming from? Like, you know what I mean? When did this all fucking originate? And then some other red flags came up in that interview that he conducted with me. He pulls out the gun, you know what I mean? And he got his hand on the trigger. Like if you're a real military motherfucker and you really about guns, you know putting your finger on the trigger is a no-no under any circumstances unless you're ready to pull that motherfucking trigger.
And bro, that's what stands out to me because where I'm from, we don't pull burners for nothing. We don't do it for show. For show. We just don't do that. Right. We don't make a statement like, don't do that.
Another thing, another code that I've always had. And, you know, I strive to follow it as much as possible, except for, you know, once or twice I might do it when I'm want to feel cool or some shit like that, right? But never trust a man who always wears sunglasses.
There you go, God. Hey, bro, that's one of the things I'm going to point out on a recap of my show because people keep asking me.
Well, let me point it out now. Never
look a man in his eye.
A man, okay? And I'm looking you in your eye when I tell you, never trust a man, people at home, who wears sunglasses all the time. You know why they wearing sunglasses? Because they trying to hide behind those motherfuckers. They don't want to, they want you to see the lie and the deceit in their eyes. And that's their subconscious shield from because they say the eyes are the window to the soul. That's why in most of my interviews, except for a couple, yes, I have worn sunglasses in one or two videos. And like I said, yeah, that day I might have felt, oh, you know, that shit look good with my hat I had on or whatever, and I just wanted to wear them. But for the most part, I don't fucking wear sunglasses in the videos because I'm not lying to the people.
Exactly.
I'm not lying to you.
Bro,
but I'm always going to come and with the real shit, tell you the truth, and you don't have to agree with me, but I'm going to always fucking tell you the truth. And I'm going to always go where the truth takes me, whether, you know, I step on some toes or whether it's not agreeable by everybody.
Bro,
that's okay.
Bro, I gotta jump in real quick.
So now first of all, I'm not here to throw my sister under the bus because I think she had good intentions. You know what I mean? She didn't know him in that capacity though. When I talked to her subsequently afterwards, she was like, listen, you know, and when I presented her with some of the information, she said, listen, you know, all this NFAC shit, she said, now I don't really know him for that. She said, now that shit is kind of coming out of nowhere. So you see what I'm saying? But she told me that part after the fact. She did say he was running up on, he would go places or whatever, and protest, I guess, for certain shit. You know what I mean? That's what she said she know him for. And she know him for putting money in like old school rappers' pockets. And he's putting money in her pocket. She said he was solid to the point where, you know, like if she had to be like, yo, bro, I need to hold $1,000 or some shit, homeboy would be like, I got you. And no questions asked and just let her hold it or some shit like that. Like she was, you know, like he was a cool dude like that. So that's how she know him in that capacity, but she don't know him as no, you know,
and that's
revolutionary leader type of shit. Bro, like, and she don't know him as some hip hop founding father or some shit. Like I said, she knows him for throwing shows where he would hire old school rappers to perform. See what I'm saying? That's, you know.
That's crazy though. But the thing
and then where you get the money to do that, I don't know. Like,
this is what I'm saying. Now check this out. So you look at the Beams campaign, right? The Beams campaign, you know, actually I got a video from a guy that actually he was a product developer of the Beams. That's with the fake DJ. Mm-hmm. And he said everything that he did in that video set was impossible to do with Beams because they're not made for that. So what he was doing is he was selling a product that didn't even perform the moves that he was making. And then everybody know that classic Jazzy Jeff mix. Who don't know that? That joint like 1 billion views on YouTube. But nevertheless, so with that being said, this would makes it that stood out to me. For one, he's faking with this Beams. Then he had the audacity to go into a club. I don't know if you've seen the video, and faking like he's mixing. He got the buttons wrong on the fader. I got the video. That's why I was telling you I'm about to go again. He got the buttons wrong on the fader.
Wow.
And he's mixing. So they boo him off the stage. They get him out of there. So he's being disingenuous. So that doesn't work. The next thing he does is run for an independent position as president, as an independent president.
Right.
And the whole thing that bugs me out about all of this, the second thing he fakes like he's Black Lives Matter president or leader, and then move from that level to go into he's now all lives matter. Mm-hmm. All disingenuous. But what really blows me away, where's he from?
I heard you say that in the other joint. And that is a great question. Where's he from? See, I was born in the Bronx at the Albert Einstein Hospital, and I grew up in New Rochelle, New York.
Absolutely. You know
that's where motherfuckers know. That's where I'm from. Yeah. It's okay. And motherfuckers know that. Like for years. Where's Brand New being from now, Rule?
Yeah. How do you come out of nowhere,
right,
and pop up with the Audrey case in Atlanta and now become a revolutionary and everybody get behind you? I believe that the government is making these leaders
absolutely.
They don't need agents no more. They don't work no more. So they up the ante. Now they create the leader.
Listen,
and he's been created.
There might even be evidence that they've been creating leaders the whole time, but that's a whole other story.
That's a heavy one.
Part of why I wanted to come on here first before I even talked about this on my own show, is because when I watched your show, you know, first of all, you know, big respect for not like jumping out the window on me like some other people might, like, because somebody said, you know, what about Lord Jamar? I seen it, and you was like, oh, Lord Jamar, he the type of brother that, you know, he's 100, but he might have, you know what I mean? You could have been like, Lord Jamar, he, you know, he's duped by this motherfucker or whatever the case may be, like, you know what I mean? But you didn't go down that road, and I appreciate you for not doing that.
Bro, when you make a lyric, right? When you make a lyric back in the day and you upset that they don't want you to beat down the, I don't want to say it because they're going to bleep my channel, and you like, man, why y'all come on, you a buck with me. You know what lyric I'm talking about. You a buck with me. So, but why I wanted to, come on yours, because I loved when you brought the analogy of a nigga coming on the block that you don't know and think he just gonna start pitching. No.
Okay? You don't know him from Jack nowhere. Everybody on the block's gonna think this is the police. I don't give a fuck if he's black, white, purple. Yo, I ain't see this nigga from nowhere, and all of a sudden he trying to buy, sell, whatever the fuck he trying to do on the block. Nah, don't fuck with him. That's police, y'all. Yeah. And you start telling niggas, and you know what I mean? I didn't have to see a badge. I could just tell by the way this nigga moving. That's the fucking police.
Man, you know some weirdo asked me, he was like, did you see his paperwork? I said, man, on the block, I ain't asked the police for no paperwork. They was the police. That's it. I asked the police.
They was coming around asking everybody for some weirdo. See, usually they was trying to cop and shit like that. They'll come around and try to cop from everybody some nigga that you don't know. That's it. Even that, like, fuck selling. A nigga trying to come around and cop that you don't know. You know what I mean? Oh, he going up to everybody. Hey, you know, nah, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, we not selling to you, nigga. You the police. So I was like, damn, that is a street qualification. Like, you wouldn't let a nigga do that. Why are we letting this dude motherfucking do that? And I'm like, damn, again, I went against my instincts. And it's because I know my sister Digger, she ain't no fucking agent and no shit like that. She honestly, from the knowledge that she had of homeboy, you see what I'm saying? She thought he was cool.
And
but
she
it's
probably
like
had a good experience with him too.
You see what I'm saying? But you could know somebody for years and not really know them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's people that live with motherfuckers only to find out this nigga was a serial killer. So if this is only a nigga that you just be fucking around, you see once in a while, and when he do shows and shit, and you've known him over the years on some hip hop shit, yeah, he cool like that. That don't mean you know him. And she admitted that. She admitted that late. You know what I mean? Once we talked about this later, because I presented her with certain evidence that I was presented with, and I felt conflicted. Did you see the shit about the stolen valor with the fucking the sergeant pin and all that? And you're not supposed to be doing shit like that. Like, if you are a sergeant, you're not supposed to wear that on civilian clothing. Fucking.
What do you think about the gun demonstration though?
Yeah, when he's showing. First of all, he's missing the target. That's number one. If you fucking really, you know what I mean, a gun nigga like that, you supposed to be, you know what I mean? But then he was showing his sister supposedly how to shoot in the crib.
In the crib, bro.
Then he's walking all in front of the barrel, like. These are things that somebody that you feel was really trained would never do. You know what I mean?
The brother went through basic training probably, and maybe a year or two, got some pictures, got out there, and just been a weirdo, egotistical maniac trying to be discovered in something. And them peoples picked them up. And one thing about people that like this lens, man, they will sell you out in a minute. See, me, I don't make money from this lens, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But people who are weak-minded and they see this lens, man, that them people can make you do some things if you ain't right. And I don't think he right. I think they approached him and he became the face of let's be the distraction from, because our people are about to rise up. I don't give nobody say. We're about to rise up. I see it every day in Baltimore. Man, you hear young guys talking all the time. Man, hell with this marching. Up this marching. You know what I mean? They like, yeah, like we ain't doing no more marching. That's the word on the streets in Baltimore. So I don't know about anywhere else. So when that type of sentiment is being pushed in the inner city, what better way of a distraction is to show that there's some organizations that you can be a part of, and now you can organize, but in fact, you're putting a target on your back. See, in Baltimore City,
not just putting a target, you're actually they're getting the information about who's really trying to be a part of some shit like that. So now we can go after y'all motherfuckers later. You know what I mean?
And one of the things is that I noticed about like the Japanese war or the Korean war, one thing that this organized military couldn't handle was guerrilla warfare. See, these young brothers in the street, they're going to be shooting. They ain't going to have no uniform. They ain't going to have on all black. They're going to be military opposition as it relates to guerrilla warfare. Ain't nobody going to be dressed alike. And so this type of distraction, man, it has so many layers to it.
Now, I'm not to cut you off, brother, but I saw a video where he was supposedly trying to address the fact that he was being called an agent. Did you see that video?
I missed that one. No, I missed that one.
Oh, my goodness, brother. Now, you know, if you were to call me an agent, I'd be like, yo, Taharka, you know, you bugging, brother. Like, I ain't no motherfucking agent. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Don't call me no shit like that. Like, you disrespected me, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in his, you know what he did?
What's that?
He said, let's go to the dictionary and look up the word.
Come on, man. We don't do that.
What the word agent means. This motherfucker gonna go to the dictionary and look up the word agent and say, you know, say what it says in there. I you know, I don't have a word for word. You know, somebody that da 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 to make change. Da, da, da. Well, if I am an agent for change, you know, what's wrong with that? And then it, you know, he continues to go on. So if I am then he says, some say I'm the spear of Yahweh.
Oh my God, bro! Come on, man. We don't respond like that.
Nah, we gotta laugh at that. Some say I'm the spear of Yahweh. So, you know, if I am being used as the spear, you know, then I am like an agent of Yahweh. You see? So basically, he tried to. He was trying to say, yeah, I am an agent.
In a roundabout way.
He said I am. He basically was saying I am an agent, but he's trying to say that he's a good agent. Like he's an agent of God. He's an agent of, you know, the people or some shit like that. And I'm like, nigga, why you ain't just say I'm not no motherfucking federal agent? Bro, you know what kind of fucking agent we talking about? Like, so let's stop playing these games here. You see what I'm saying? When niggas start playing games,
bro,
you know,
if I call Sinetta,
nigga, when we say agent, we mean for the federal government.
If I call Sinetta right now and I be like, bro, you just called me earlier. You an agent. Don't call my phone number. He's like, what the you talking about, brother?
Exactly.
Sinetta gonna go crazy. What you talking about?
And be offended and all of that. Like, yeah. And he's not gonna be like, hang on, agent. Hold up, let's go to the dictionary and see what an agent means. Like, no, who the hell's gonna do that? You're gonna say you should have been highly upset. He wasn't really highly upset about it. Okay? Indeed. And he had his damn glasses on the whole time. And he started the whole video with the fucking face mask on at first.
Like, what is that?
And he's grabbing the guns and he's trying to, you know, have the fucking image and shit. You know, it's imagery and shit. Let me have my
that's that European state of mind.
You know? And then he said, hang on. And then takes his fucking shit off. Yes. But see, hold up. Let me show you all kind of red flags, bro. So I'm watching,
bro.
I'm watching.
You know what? I've observed, I've seen some stuff, but you know, some of them people that support him made me think I was crazy for a second.
Oh yeah, no, bro. I'm reading all the. What are you doing that's positive? You know, even Digger. Well, maybe people are just trying to discredit him because they don't want to see him be successful. Blah 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 blah. It's like,
nah.
Telling you gotta go off the energy, bro. Like you gotta go off the energy, and I'm telling you, my original energy was like, this is not.
So let me say this. This is how they're
not authentic.
This is how they're organizing. I got an email from a few people that was there in Louisville, and what they doing is they send it when they contact him. He's saying, meet us in Louisville. Have on black, have your gun, and you can be in the lineup. There is no organization as it relates to NFAC. It's not. It's just not. It's only internet-based. Show up, and we're going to put you in line. That's it.
Now, here's the more misleading lies, what goes with that. Now, he keeps saying, all of us are ex-military. That's not true. Because I watched when they was in Stone Mountain and all of that. I watched the video of when they were, forming their shit. They were teaching people how to, spread out and make formation and all that, right? And so when he's giving out instructions in the beginning, he said, now, those of us that are ex-military, he said, I'm going to be relying on y'all to basically lead for everybody else. Okay? So everybody else means everybody there is not ex-military, but I've heard him say on multiple occasions, and we're all ex-military, and we're organized, and, I'm not going to tell you when we train and all of this and la la la. Like, yeah, I believe it is what you're saying. You know why? Because they're building a database on the fucking internet.
That's
okay?
what it is.
So now you send them the email. Now they got your IP address and all that type of shit. And then you fucking go down there like a fucking dummy with your fucking gun and shit. Probably coming from a state that you're not even supposed to have a gun. And you're in a state that you can walk around with the gun. But now when you try to leave, they're like, hang on a second. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, them stories
I'd actually be wonder if anybody's been arrested yet.
Oh, them
coming or leaving from one of these things yet.
Many people, right, that get duped in what they call this fake little conscious community thing, that get played and robbed out of their money or, out of their common sense. Many of them is like a rape victim. Many of them won't talk about it until they get raped a couple times, unfortunately. And I'm not talking about a rape victim in the sense of a sister or brother, whoever. That's not my point. The point is that many, they hold back because they're embarrassed. And so but these stories, they will eventually come out in about 6 months. It's going to come out.
Right.
Because he's fake. So it's got to come out. It got to come out.
Now motherfuckers out there shooting themselves and all kind of crazy shit. Like,
man. But let me ask you this. So when you decided, like, man, I didn't let this guy on my show and this guy's a fraud, how do I respond? What did you do? How do you respond to that? We're very critical of our people. I'm glad you came on my show, because
how do I respond? This is how I respond. I'm responding. This is responding. Like I don't want the people to think that, I support this dude. Like first of all, I'll have respect with anybody, that comes on my show. I haven't been in this, podcast game long enough to like bring somebody on my show and like attack them or some shit like that. I've never done that yet, really. Like most of the time, my interviews are, positive, and I'm trying to promote the person and all of that. And I feel like I conducted it in that way, in a way. You see what I'm saying? Which may have been a mistake. I feel like I conducted it in a way that could look like I was legitimizing him, you see, and subsequently, you know, hindsight is 2020. I feel, you know, I definitely feel conflicted about having him on, but I let it come out because I feel it's important for us to just do the knowledge. Just because sometimes you just got to let a motherfucker talk and just look at them and just see them and just have a record of, you know what I mean? Some shit. So I let it come out, but I didn't like I'm not going to keep, like I could put the full version out of him just talking. I'm not doing that. Like I'm just moving on.
What you put out is like a snippet. It's not even a full.
There were clippets. You know, I put out a few different clips of that interview. I think I put out all the clips, but usually I come back and put the whole thing out as one clip. You know what I mean?
Right.
And this portion of it, I got to be honest. I feel like by putting it out, it's almost like I'm saying like fuck with him or something, and I'm not saying that.
Well, you know, I invited him on my show.
Oh, I saw. Well, people was acting like they was in the chat, and I don't know. They saying this is him, and I sent them the link, and I seen it, and he ain't come in or whatever.
I don't think he really, because I'm gonna ask critical questions. One of the critical questions that I need to ask is the number one question: where are you from?
Right.
Whenever we look up something on him, whether it's the presidential campaign, anybody runs for president, you know where they from. Not even on his presidential campaign does it say where he's from. How you run for president, but you don't have a location of home base? That should be a red flag for anybody. Now, anything that he says that's relative to liberation should be in question because he have no integrity all the way back from the beams till now. And right. last but not least, who goes around with like this special like Super Friends outfit? You see the little tight little outfit he be wearing? Like who does that? Like who?
Somebody from the Hollywood casting.
Who does that?
Somebody from the casting couch. Somebody from Hollywood. Like we got a new tech warrior. A new. This is the updated look of the Black Liberation Warrior. He wears a very tight fitting black shirt with a fucking vest on and all this other bullshit. Like I'm telling you, this shit is mad suspect. Like it's just mad suspect. And upon reflection, I don't trust it. I wouldn't advise anybody to join up with him or go, marching around with guns with him. I believe it's people like him, because I've been saying for the longest time that America wants a race war. Like they're trying to goad us into a war where they can now declare martial war, put everybody in the FEMA camps and all this kind of bullshit, and really have slavery, back in effect.
Absolutely.
For real.
And that's what I see too. Absolutely, I see the same thing. I see this as the precursor for a reason to do what they really wanted to do in the first place.
And they've been giving us all these little agitations and shit. They had the Black Lives Matter, but then putting the white people in there to break windows and hoping that we fucking do more of that, and we didn't fall for that. You know what I mean? Now you got this guy coming along, and it's like, hold up. You know what I mean? I'm just letting y'all know I'm not falling for that either. Like I'm not falling for homeboy. Like,
and I think with us
got on because I respect my homegirl Rod Digger, and she made me pull my guard down. But my shit is back up, and I do not trust you, and let the record reflect.
And it's going to reflect. And I think that we that have a voice need to make sure that we put it out there so the younger generation don't get tripped up. We got a younger generation that is caught up on the Jesus save me idea, that somebody going to save them. And so one thing I be telling people all the time, we let the church go per se, but we keep the principle. The principle is Jesus is going to come and save me one day. So when this guy come and show an automatic weapon, Now he's the savior, but so the same principle that they're waiting on Jesus, now they are attributed to him, but this guy is the same thing as that illusion Jesus. It ain't happening.
See, you know what I don't like? What another red flag for me is, I don't like these I niggas. Okay, these niggas that's you know, I'm that nigga. I'm the one.
Yeah.
I. Like he's trying to set himself up as some sort of, you know, I'm the new Messiah. I'm the leader of the NFAC. Only I speak. No one speaks but me. Like this is what he said. Like I am the only voice of this. Oh, another flag I just saw. So he's saying, I forget who he's talking to, but he was talking about the science of neurolinguistics. Do you know about that?
Yeah.
You know about neurolinguistics. Okay.
Don't tell me he fumbled that.
No, he said he's a master at neurolinguistics.
Come on, man.
He said, because I can talk, I can make you go up here, and then I can bring you back.
See, that's that.
And he talked. Listen, and he talked about the science of 3 truths and a lie. He knows the science of 3 truths and a lie, where the devil, and this is what he does, will put 3 truths to make you feel like some real, you know, what I'm about to tell you is truthful. Good evening. Today is, you know, the 31st of whatever. My name is such and such. Those are 2 truths. You know, it's 8:56. That's your 3rd truth. Grandmaster Jay is the Messiah. And there's the lie.
That's coming next.
You understand? Like. So 3 truths and a lie. You see what I'm saying? And he's talking about, and he's breaking down the science. Like, I happen to read a book on NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So this is done in the way that they talk. They do this in commercials all the time.
Absolutely.
It's done in advertising and all of that type of shit. But the fact that he sat on the camera and said he's a master at it, because although I know about it, I'm not a master at the motherfucking shit. I would think somebody who's a master was trained by the government.
A master manipulator.
I'm just saying.
A master manipulator.
That's right.
What it is.
But I feel
That's
like being a master at NLP is something that you would need in order to graduate from like CIA or some shit. You understand what I'm saying?
You've had some special training. You have some special training.
Extra special. And the kind of special training that's not, you know, that's manipulative. It's a manipulation training is what it is.
Indeed.
And yeah, even down to the way he talks, bro. Like make no mistake about it. You know, the way I talk is the way I talk around everybody. White people, black people. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know right now, like, if you had to receive an award downtown at City Hall, there's black people, there's white people everywhere. You're going to get up there and your voice is going to sound the same that it sounds right now.
Man,
you're not going to be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. You clapped for yourselves. You clapped for me, but really you should be clapping for yourselves.
Nah.
You know, look, now just a minute ago, you said Black Lives Matter. But hang on. Hang on. I want to do this. Come here for a second. Take off your shirt. All lives matter, people. Like I was like, hold up, dude. When he did that, I was like, do y'all hear how white he's talking right now?
Absolutely.
But I was like, do you hear how? And again, that's being being disingenuous.
Absolutely.
Said it at the same time. It's being disingenuous. And when you have a trail of being disingenuous, it's like, can you trust the untrustworthy? This is what I tell people all the time. Never trust the untrustworthy.
If you like this interview, please subscribe, share, and like. You say you want the truth, and I'm going to get the truth for you.
Check 1 2 1 2. Here we go. You are now listening to the greatest, Taharkabey. This is Moorish World TV. Oh, you say you want the truth? Well, I'm gonna give you the truth.